Podcast title, The Boardroom Blueprint. Tagline, Insights into Corporate Governance, Board Leadership, and Ethical Business Strategy. Welcome to The Boardroom Blueprint, your insights into corporate governance, board leadership, and ethical business strategy. I'm your host, Sriram, your guide to better governance. Today we're diving into an issue every independent director knows well: the practical challenges of navigating boardroom dynamics and how independence can be balanced with collaborative decision-making. Let's begin. Being an independent director isn't just about meeting regulatory definitions. It's about operating effectively within a complex environment, one filled with competing priorities, power structures, and differing personalities. And that brings real-world challenges. One of the biggest is information asymmetry. Management teams control the flow of information. Independent directors, by design, come from outside the organization. That means they often receive curated data, summaries, or high-level presentations. While useful, these may not always reveal the full picture. The challenge? To ask the right questions, probe deeper, and ensure clarity without creating friction or signaling mistrust. It requires judgment, diplomacy, and a strong understanding of what good information actually looks like. Another challenge is navigating established boardroom relationships. Boards often develop long-standing alliances, unspoken cultural norms, and subtle political dynamics. Independent directors must integrate into these systems while still maintaining objectivity. Arriving with a heavy hand can alienate fellow board members. Being too restrained can limit influence. The balance lies in building trust, gradually and deliberately, while demonstrating consistent, principled independence. Then there's the issue of time. Independent directors typically serve on multiple boards or hold senior executive roles elsewhere. Yet they are expected to fully understand the company's risks, strategy, culture, and performance. This means maximizing limited time, preparing thoroughly, engaging deeply, and staying informed between meetings. It's a demanding responsibility that requires discipline and efficiency. Another practical challenge is speaking up, especially in a room full of strong personalities. Independent directors may hesitate to challenge assumptions when dealing with a dominant CEO, a powerful chair, or an experienced board majority. But staying silent can be just as risky as being overly confrontational. Effective independent directors learn the art of constructive challenge. They focus on facts, frame questions with respect, and raise concerns in ways that encourage dialogue, not defensiveness. This is the essence of balancing independence with collaboration. Because governance isn't about winning arguments. It's about elevating decision-making. And that requires a mindset of partnership, not opposition. The most effective independent directors understand this dual role. They maintain autonomy of thought, but they operate as part of a collective. They know when to push, they know when to listen, and they know that credibility is earned over time through consistency, clarity, and fairness. Let's not forget another subtle challenge: avoiding operational drift. Independent directors must stay strategic, not slip into management's role. It's easy to get lost in operational detail, but the board's true job is oversight, not execution. Balancing high-level strategic insight with meaningful oversight is a skill developed through experience, reflection, and constant self-awareness. Finally, there's a challenge of safeguarding culture. Independent directors often see cultural warning signs earlier than insiders precisely because they bring an external lens. But raising cultural issues can be sensitive. The key is framing culture as a strategic asset, not a criticism. It's about making culture part of the governance conversation, not an afterthought. So, how do independent directors succeed despite these challenges? They build strong, respectful relationships. They challenge constructively. They prepare rigorously. They stay curious and stay independent. And above all, they recognize that effective governance is not about standing apart from the board. It's about contributing to it with integrity, courage, and clarity. Because independence and collaboration are not opposites. They're the foundation of a healthy, functioning board. Thank you for listening to the Boardroom Blueprint. Stay tuned for further insights into corporate governance. Lead with integrity and govern with purpose.